and I've enjoyed working with him and the others, and it's just a good teamwork, and I think that the city's going to look good.
Yep. Think about it. No. Anyway. Again, yeah, I just say the same thing. It's just great. It's watching kind of the transformation. And I'll say in a few moments, I'll say something about the old lights and the new lights, because we're having some issues with those. But hopefully we have found out the problem, and we'll address that here, as soon as we can. Anybody else on public comments? Going once? Twice? All right. Okay, next is my report, just a few things. FYI, guys, you should have a handout there. The first has to do with where our investment is and what we are obviously getting back on that. You can see that. That's the first one, KTC. And then the second one is an update just on our ARPA funds. Going to look at that exactly. It gives you a pretty good idea of kind of what we have for various projects in the future. And then one of the things that we are starting to concentrate on is our loans. We have several of those out, and that's the third part of the handout. You can kind of see all the loans that come out of the general fund, out of operations and maintenance, and then our restaurant fund. So we are slowly starting to work on some of those, and it won't happen overnight, but we're looking obviously to take care of that. Any questions, any thoughts on any of those, City Council? Okay, the other area that we're focused on obviously is kind of collecting non-payment of water. We don't like to do this. I don't even like to talk about it, but there are times when we do have to turn off to get people's attention. And we've been doing some of that, and most people have been responding by coming in and making arrangements either to pay it all or to pay, we've been working out payments with some of the folks, and that's been going good. We've been also giving phone calls, just call them, kind of a friendly call, just letting them know that, again, there's something they need to take care of. And it's not something that's happening overnight. It's kind of built over time, but we are seeing some progress in that area, and that's helping our bottom line, because whether we like it or not, we have to pay. We have to pay for the water, we have to pay for the sewer, and we have to pay for the trash. And if folks are not paying, that's not good. The other is the business license. We're also addressing that. We've sent out a second notice to those who have not, at this particular point in time, been up to date on that. It's not too many of them. We have quite a few that are businesses here, I think in the 200 and some, and most of those pay on time, but there's some that we're having to send a second notice.
And restaurants, we doing all right?
Restaurant, yeah, we're doing pretty good on that. We're also addressing some of that at the same time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not too many. The other thing that's happening right now is the audit. It's always a fun thing. And Teresa's been great helping them on that. They were in here on Tuesday, was it? Monday or Tuesday? Monday. Yeah. They were in here today, and they may have one more day to get all the records and get that for us. So, and that will not come to us until about January or so, February. So that's something we look forward to.
And that's for 22? Or we?
Yeah, it's
22.
July 22.
23. Yeah. 22, 23. The city lights, again, I live in town. I know whether the lights are not shining or not, especially on the south side. And right now, the old lights, when they put in the new LED, they did not remove the old ballast. And as a result, we're going to have to go through and redo all of that. And so John Kuntz is going to do that for us, and we look forward to that. The new ones, we have a bid out on that. Hopefully we'll have that bid here next week. There's 58 of them, and it's going to be a lot of work. And we'll do what we can as a city to help in that process. But in reality, we have lots of other things that our water team can do. And so we may have to try to bid that out if we can. So we should know next week what that's going to cost us. All right. Number 5, we have a zone change approval and also 2 zone change approvals. Chris, you want to address the first one? 225 East College, from B2 to R1.
Jack and Debbie Gross, their contractor came in and wanted to get a permit for a detached garage on the property. The property is zoned B2, which is central business, and to be able to issue the permit on the residential property, I told them they would have to do a zone change. So they've gone through Planning Commission. Planning Commission is recommending approval. They're also putting 2 lots together into one to be able to put the detached structure with the house. So that's everything's kind of moving along. They've been pretty
Any questions?
pretty good to work with.
Chris, on that?
We-
Okay, do I have a motion that we approve the zone change? All right, got a motion. Second? All right, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried. All right, the second one is 424 Furnace Road, B3 to R1.
Yeah, this one it's kind of been ongoing for a few months. It was a short-term rental that I identified that was then sold to a new owner. The new owner's the one that's doing the zone change request. But it was kind of the issue that we had with the alley lane. They got a short-term rental in a zone district that's not allowed because the short-term rental ordinance says R1 or R2 only, and this one was in a B3. So
Whereabouts is this?
it's between People's Exchange and Citizens Gate.
Oh,
It's that
okay,
brick
that
house.
little house, okay.
Yeah. And so
Where the halls used to live.
Yeah, the house.
yeah.
House.
So he's just requesting to do a zone change so he can have the short-term rental. It's an existing single-family dwelling. It was one of those, I think, that was zoned the B3 in anticipation maybe selling to a restaurant or something like that. And that
I think Taco Bell was going to
yeah, and I don't think that's
Really? Oh, man, I missed that one. I love that Taco Bell.
that's not going to happen. But the new owners wants to operate as a short-term rental. That's what it's been.
Yeah. Okay, any questions anybody has, Chris? Okay, a motion for that zone change approval? All right, second? All right, all in favor? All right, any opposed? Motion carried. The next item is our update, I guess. The sexual assault policy update, everyone got that? I believe it was sent to everyone, is that correct? Okay. And this is something that was being required. Who required this? Yeah, Kentucky League of Cities.
CJT. Just a standard policy.
Right, yeah.
The Kentucky League of Cities. Oh, did you?
Guys watching. Okay, I need a motion to adopt the sexual assault policy update. All right, got it. And a second? All right. All in favor? Okay. Any opposed? All right, motion carried. We have 2 vehicles that we'd like to, and these are coming from the operations and maintenance area. Surplus vehicles. We have a 2003 Chevrolet 1500 and a 2008 GMC 1500 that we would like to sell. And like we did with the ones for the law enforcement, we'll put that toward reducing debt that we have for operations and maintenance. Any questions about that?
So what you're gonna do tonight is declare them surplus property, you're gonna take bids on them?
Yes. Sealed bids, I think.
What do you want to make the deadline for those?
It's usually 2 weeks.
Okay.
Next meeting, open.
Open the next meeting.
It'll be 4 weeks then.
Because
It'd
it
be
has
4
to be
weeks.
put in the paper.
So it'll be a month.
Yeah.
We'll have to hold off a month or 4 weeks.
It has to be put in the paper that we have them on it or not. Does it?
But we need to put what day we want to do
Yes.
the bids in on.
Yeah.
Right.
So
What do you, what's
It's gotta get out.
You
past
want
the
2
30
weeks,
It's
or
gotta
you-
get out past the 30 days. It's gonna be hard to get 2 weeks in at this point. I would almost do it a few days before your next meeting, unless there's a good reason to do it. Otherwise, just do it the meeting before the Thursday meeting.
December 14th, is that right?
And
Yeah, probably, that's right.
as far as them becoming surplus property, have they just kind of become old and outdated, or?
Yeah, they've been around for, I don't know how many years, but they won't even start. I went down there and tried to start. I mean, if you saw them, they've been through a lot of
We can go ahead and
things.
do the motion tonight, I'll fix up the resolution, have you sign it, but as long as it's got all that stuff in it about
Yeah.
the reason, the
Yeah,
description of the
we
property,
we pulled everything on
The
it.
reason that we're doing it, and what date and the manner that we transfer it, they are, that we're accepting
We
it.
probably need a motion on, separate motion on each one of these.
I think we actually combine them.
Okay.
It just makes it simpler.
All right, so do we have a motion to sell the surplus vehicles? All right, second? Okay, all in favor? All right, motion carried. We'll go jump to the park updates because we're gonna have to go into a closed session for just a few minutes. Tommy, anything on the?
Yeah, we got in three, we had three request quotes last month. One was our security system, one was the dog park, leveling of the ground, removing trees, getting ready for the fencing. And the other one was for installing the new LED lights on the high school baseball field.
No calls in February.
Yeah, they'll find some.
Yeah, I know. So you want us to
We need to
make a
look-
motion on each of those?
Yeah.
Okay.
We need to
Which
make
one you
a
want to
motion
go first?
on the baseball field, S&E Underground LLC
How much?
came in at $26,375.
Okay, any questions on that?
That's for the,
Did we get
3
bids on
No, we only got one.
Yeah, that's about kind of how it's working.
We even called
We-
around,
yeah.
I tried to get bids.
We tried and then,
ball lights.
yeah, the ball lights.
LED lights.
For the ball field.
26 one?
26,375. Now, understand that's not just putting a light bulb in it. People think we're putting, that's not putting it. The whole
This is-
mounting bracket that the lights are on, gotta come down. Gotta be new brackets, got new wire. So you
It's a
got
whole new mountain.
48 lights to do anyway. Not, I mean, I know it sounds like a lot, but I don't think it is.
Who did that?
S&E
S&E
Underground.
Underground.
They help us a lot around here, thank goodness.
He said S&E or S&E.
Okay, do you have a motion on that?
Make a
Okay, motion,
to
you have a
accept that.
second? All right, good with that. All in favor? Okay, motion carried. And the
And
second one?
same company was the only bid on the dog park. And that's for removing 25 trees, seed and straw, plus the materials and the labor, $5,165. $5,165.
Any
Not bad at all when
questions?
you're removing.
No, because I had one tree for 2,600.
I make a motion on that.
Yeah, now this one,
Hang on a second.
we were given a donation a year or so ago from an individual at 12/5 to have this in memory of one of his loved ones. He didn't want to announce it until the park was built, and then he wanted to have a sign.
A minus
So the
12.
money's already there for the 5,165. And then we still got 70-some hundred to do.
So do we need to make a motion on that?
We need to make a motion to accept this bid.
Okay,
Accept it.
we have a motion.
I'll make
all
a
right.
motion.
All right, second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor? Motion carried. Next one?
All right, and then
We love spending money, really. No.
Especially when somebody else is doing
the ProCheck was the only bid for our security system. Now this is of course, every camera that goes bad, they replace it. It's got the warranty on the cameras and then the monthly monitoring. We did add 4 cameras to this where we now have electric down in the new property we bought. We can get license plate reader put on the entrance to the, so we'll know anybody that comes in, we can see their license plate if something happens up in there.
So when they run through the gates.
And it actually went down from what we were
And they
paying
do donuts
monthly.
through the
Okay.
street.
So it was 13,
11,
but we added those other cameras. When it- 1350, it went down to $995 monthly.
So you want a motion on the monthly payment on
This
that?
is on a monthly 5-year.
ProTech.
60 month,
And it's exactly how much? And this is how much?
$995 a month, down from $1350.
Did we have to pay for the additional cameras, or is that part of the?
No, we didn't, the cameras are included, it cost us like $10 a month for a camera, that camera. And then they, if it gets hit, or they replace that camera.
Okay, do I have a motion on that? Okay, second? All right, all in favor?
And I will abstain because it's
Can't vote.
nephew by marriage.
Okay.
Second that. I do.
Okay. All right, Tommy, do you want to say anything about the new turf?
Yeah, that's good. Do we want to mention the name, is he okay?
No,
Okay.
just say what's happening.
Anonymous donor.
Yeah.
That we met with.
We're talking about the soccer field out at the city park.
And I'll pass these around. We got our rendering today. We have a donor that's going to donate half for the artificial turf to the soccer field.
Here's
See that?
what it looks like.
Yeah.
Did they see
So
that?
next to the apartments.
That's the city park represented.
Now, soccer has been, the last 2 years, our biggest sport in the county. It's more, we have more kids in than we do baseball. So it's a growing sport.
Oh, yeah.
We have an individual that is from here,
Yeah.
doesn't live here currently, but he's willing to donate half of it.
He is a graduate of high school, Cal County High School.
He's a High school
And
graduate.
he's done very well, and
He's wanting to give back to his
he
hometown.
wants to give back.
Thank you.
We're looking at a timeline, probably about a year out.
Probably
before-
October.
Did you get that done?
Start next year.
Yeah, we start, I think, so September, October, November, or October, November,
Yeah.
something like that.
To do to.
It's,
Yeah.
for one thing, it's a lot better to do it in the fall, what I'm hearing, than summer. I don't know why, but they say to
And we
install
fell past
it.
fall one.
It's- Plus, we want to use the field next year. We
Yeah.
don't want it down the whole
Wrong
spring.
season, yeah, you have to wait till
So
the
basically,
spring.
we'll have the long, the one that's where the high school then can play on, but then we'll have 3 short ones. 1, 2,
For the
3.
younger ones.
So the little kids can play. I mean,
More than one game at a time.
it is,
Oh, I see it.
when you see it, I mean, it'll pop.
I didn't see it either.
And that's the great thing.
It will be fenced in and lights.
Yeah.
So
We have lights and then it'll be fenced in, so people coming from,
we
the
won't want,
neighborhood.
yeah, we don't want to get no vehicles ever on turf.
It tears it up. So it's kind of an exciting thing for, I think, the city, and especially the city park. Sports is big here, it's big everywhere, and especially soccer. I lived in Iowa for 11 years, and they are fanatics when it comes to soccer.
Well, currently, there's so much we use it for.
Yeah.
One thing, the high school has to work around the football play. The band never gets on the football, but they're not allowed on the football field. So that's something too that band gets overlooked a lot because it's not a sport, but they work harder than any sport I've seen from watching it. So it's just so many things we can open up. And, we'll be the only artificial turf from here to Lexington, the closest one for a soccer field.
All right. Anything else?
No.
Anything else from council members? Okay, if you'll turn to your review of the October year-to-date budget, you can look through that real quick. We've been doing very well, and our focus. Anything on page 1, 2, anything? Mark?
At some point in time, I'll have to do a closed session on the budget.
So we're gonna go in closed session.
Well, I mean, but that's for another thing.
Okay.
Has to be specific to whatever we're going to close session, but at some point in time, I want to do that
Tonight?
to talk about possible some litigation and things.
Tonight?
The budget. Yep.
Okay. All right, let's look over this first and then, just look over it and then, we'll take a motion on the closed session. Sorry, you guys, this is part of what we do right here. Okay, so we have a motion for a closed session.
For what purpose?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Possible litigation over.
Potential litigation?
Mhm.
Okay, we can do that. At some point, I probably want to go into closed session about real litigation. We've all read about the paper. But we'll do this one for potential litigation.
That's another closed session.
Yeah.
And that food looks good. Sorry, Ian.
Do we wanna do him first? Do this first and let them
Pass on a
meet?
closed session, so.
And then-
No, I mean, can we go in your office and meet in closed session, is that?
Well,
And let them.
Well, I would rather them go ahead and get Chase's
Yeah, can we go ahead and
presentation.
do that and then do?
It's okay with me.
I've never been asked that, but I don't know any reason why we couldn't.
Yeah, that way.
Other than there's no food in
I don't see a reason because we're
Okay.
in the same building.
All right, we'll go then
Instead of digging
to,
up.
I don't know who, is it Ian and Grant, who's doing it? Who's doing it? Ian? All right.
Hello, everyone. This is kind of a, coming off the labor of love. How's Grant? He's worked with state police and so is Mark. And usually when a policy is changed, it's got somebody's name beside it. It's usually for a bad reason. In this instance, for a good reason, we had a accommodation policy currently in place. When Chase got hurt, myself and Billy and Grant looked at it. Didn't really sit well with us. We worked around it and changed it, and council, I think you approved it a month or so ago, maybe. But for those that don't know, Chase worked with us, worked in law enforcement in the county for a little over 9 years. In that time with the Sheriff's Office, Clay City, and then finally came to us. And then on April 23rd of last year, while on duty, Chase was involved in a motor vehicle collision, trying to apprehend a violent criminal. And in doing so, he suffered a career-ending injury. And based on our current policy, an officer or any civilian can make a request for a accommodation based on certain parameters. And for that, I recommended to Chief Faulkner, and the council approved for Chase to receive the Purple Heart citation. And it reads that the City of Stanton hereby recognizes and honors Patrolman Christopher Chase Friel for his actions on April 23rd, 2022. When on patrol for the City of Stanton, he placed his vehicle in the pathway of an impaired motorist driving the wrong way on the Mountain Parkway, likely preventing the loss of life. This action led to his vehicle being struck by an impaired motorist, causing an end-of-career line-of-duty injury. Patrolman Friel exhibited heroism, bravery, and sacrifice. For his sacrifice, we award him accommodation Purple Heart Award. Chase.
Yeah.
Somebody get a picture.
Can somebody get a picture?
I'd rather. Say,
Let me to stand there.
I don't want to be in it.
With the council and everybody. Like I said earlier, due to Chase's injury, he did have to go ahead and retire. This has kind of been a tradition we've started here. Anytime we do have a retiree, we put their uniform behind the glass. So Chase, on behalf of the city stand, congratulations to your retirement.
Jason, want to say anything?
Not much for words, I'll be honest with you, but it was an honor to serve. It's something that I enjoy doing, and in my medical retirement, I am going to look for ways to continue to serve. Hopefully, help younger kids and then maybe guide them into the law enforcement field or something like that. So, always look to do good for other people if you can.
Thank you.
Okay.
Don't forget to eat, Chase.
Don't forget to eat.
Y'all need to eat. All right, so we can move to.
Yeah, so we need a motion to, for possible
Yeah.
Budget, sorry, the budget. All right, do I have a motion to go into closed session?
I'll make a motion.
Motion, a second. All in favor?
No.
Litigation.
Possible litigation.
Yeah.
We'll go over there.
Come on.
We'll go over there and you all.
Y'all can eat.
Who made the motion?
See,
to come out?
I just can't say yes.
Who made the second?
Mayor,
I got played, you get
I was gonna say, I don't know if y'all are back in.
Let us get back into it. I make a motion, we come out of closed session.
We already did.
We already did.
We need to make it in public.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
I'll
Vote,
second
Scott.
whatever.
We need to make it public, come out of closed session.
Okay, got a motion to come out of closed session. Second, all in favor? All right, motion carried.
I just want to say real quick, and I know I should have said the public comments. I want to thank Ian for his public safety. We've been out there putting the lights up. He stopped several times to check on us if we need anything. He brought us ice cream from Dairy Queen the other day. But he really did. He brought us ice cream, but he stopped by and he's just said, hey, y'all need anything, holler at me. I know he's one of the Kiwanis members, and we do appreciate what he's done because he's out there. I mean, he just pulls up and says, hey, if you need me, I'm here. But he's watched out for us while we've been out and about in town, and I appreciate what he has done.
Appreciate you.
Did we get any ice cream, guys?
Hey, he brought us dilly
You had to work
bars.
to get one.
Big old dilly bars. Hey, you missed it.
I know it, man. I know you were all over me about not getting them LAs. Anything else on the budget?
I have a question.
On the budget?
Yeah.
Okay.
On the general expenses,
General expenses, back page.
general expenses, it's miscellaneous.
General, what page? Page 2. Right here.
General expense miscellaneous.
Oh, here.
We're already at 80%. Is this something we're paying like most in the beginning of the year? What is that
Right
miscellaneous?
here, right here. It's miscellaneous right here.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. I'm sure I'll look.
Okay, 16.
Here.
I mean, it could be that that's something that's come out all in one.
That's
One
80%, so I don't, what is that?
I don't know.
80%, but that's already 80%. We're forward.
I noticed that the other day, but I wasn't quite.
I got a question too.
I'll look it up.
What is exactly the ABC money
What page?
spent for?
What page?
The
Alcohol beverage control. Is
Yeah.
it police? Doesn't that go to you all, Grant?
Yes, it's supposed to be for, I guess ultimately it's just for the crime. I think I mentioned this the other day, it's basically what the crime alcohol brings, it's supposed to be, it needs to be used for several things, it's supposed to supplement.
I mean, does it buy equipment? Does it
It
buy?
can be, it's whatever can help with anything alcohol related. So equipment,
Road stop, breathalyzers, things like that.
yeah, I mean, literally, it could be, I mean, it's pretty broad, it's pretty broad.
I have a question. If we put up a speed limit sign that says, don't drink and drive, and it's flashing while you're driving, is that considered? That's what I was told that some cities have done to use it. The reason I'm asking,
Yeah, we do it for, we don't think the sheriff's department.
so as long as you incorporate that drink and drive, that money can be.
It's on a case-by-case basis, so.
Well, what I'm talking about is out by the drive. I get numerous calls a month about them flying out by the drive-in. Can we put a sign that stays there? I know we got the one, I don't know where it's at.
Speed limit thing.
Speed limit.
Yeah, it's well,
Down there by
supposed to
Will.
be in airport.
Because
I've heard about that several times.
we worked at the drive-in the last couple of days. But when they come in, when I pull out, you gotta go.
Every time I go there, it says 48.
Yeah, no, I think I see the hair street, the alcohol money, It's,
Administration, education, and enforcement.
yeah, but if you can articulate that it's used for, like I said, we've,
How about you?
these, if y'all notice these awnings,
Did you see the awnings, the new awnings around here?
yeah, like, we could open the
You didn't look up?
Like, we may get their alcohol just because, people come through and pay their alcohol license, so I mean.
To use it on the building.
So I got some quotes that are in there, but I would like to, if we've got the money, I don't know, to purchase a couple of them to put going out that way and coming.
You talking about the,
Speed
speed monitors?
Yeah, but they go on the sign and stay.
Oh,
It's like a stop
How much?
I
sign.
think we know actually are.
yeah. What's
I
the name?
looked up the price of those.
3,400, so they're,
And they're digital?
they're digital, they flat, you set the range in there.
Yeah.
If you're okay, it stays, but if it doesn't, it
I've
Just
seen
like
them in
your
school
sign
zones
does.
in Lexington, yeah, I had one in
Wait,
the school
is that you're
zone.
going too fast?
I think, I mean, change the question, like, yeah, we can buy it out of ABC. I think we talked about this before. It's, I mean, it's people got different opinions. I think it's one of those things, I think they work for a while. People get used to it, and as far as it being a solution, I think it'll be a solution.
I don't think it's gonna be the ultimate solution, but I do know when people come up to that sign, they hit their brakes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I see it all the time.
Yeah, and then I think another question came up a while back, was James Walker, remember those?
Yeah, James is off, he's
Yeah.
got two different
You
names.
said driving, I guess it's,
It's where they coming in.
they remind us, put there, you know, the place we're gonna put it there.
Well, we can put on straight.
I'm just on this, I'm talking about.
I'm talking about one that stays and never, like a stop sign.
Yeah, I think so, I think.
Permanent, yeah, permanent. Okay,
So
We can double check on it, for sure.
3,400,
34 something. I've got the quote, I'll bring in
easily seen and everything.
here. Yeah, it's the same size as what, just a white sign that says,
You wanna go ahead and do it tonight?
How many do you need? You thinking two?
I think, but let me get my.
We could probably.
When you cut through, the ransom calls shortcut behind, when you go down Washington, cut behind Chinese restaurant, that's all road, houses and stuff. There's not a stop sign there at the end of that. Is that city, county, state? We need a
Well,
stop
it's on
sign
our
there.
side,
Everybody just goes.
if it's on our side, it goes. All trucks stop. The city is.
But there's no stop sign there. No, you're not. That's a slow down.
Oh, yeah, I know that, I told the guys that today. There's not one also as you come off of, north main. Coming out that hall.
I guess I left it on the
Yeah, there's
printer.
not one there, so I'm trying to get them to start putting them up. I got it, we went through, got that list.
There's also not one
Okay.
where Everwood meets Lisa Lane.
Yeah.
Right, there's definitely one there,
And
right.
so like, I know what to do,
Right.
somebody else might not.
Well,
know.
somebody back
It's
down.
one way though, and it's one way right there.
Up to a point, but then if you're on Airwood, they're coming the other way, there's no sign that says who's supposed to stop. Somebody should be
Somebody out of
careful.
town coming out of the county
Okay,
restaurant that way, or just.
Let's let, Tommy.
I see we got, I thought I must have left it on the printer, I printed it out. We can either wait the next month, or I think we could say up to 10,000, it ain't gonna be that much spend. If that's okay, to say spend up to 10, it'll be, not be that much.
That sounds like granite.
For the eight.
No, you say,
ABC money,
money.
ABC money.
We need to spend some money in that account.
Okay.
What will that do? I mean, will that, that be
Now-
okay with you guys? Or
yeah, I was supposed to get, that maybe seems, we average, anywhere from like, what, 7 to 10,000 a month.
Well, I would make a motion to spend up to 10 on the
So
solar sign, speed signs,
For monitored speed.
for modern speed on East College.
So we got a motion, second. Okay, all in favor?
Think if they need blue lines.
Motion carried.
So they think
We
we
don't
don't
need
need
to
behind it.
Who's gonna order those? Or how do you-
Teresa does, don't you?
For the reason. I printed them out, I must have bought them. I got about 5 quotes in there, the cheapest, 36. Have you said?
Can we move them around?
Well, no, this is gonna be.
This is permanent. Now, in the future, if they say, yeah, we can take the sign.
See, I'd like to have one on the west coast, but given the fact that we're doing phase 3 up through there, that'd be kind of a waste of time.
And then one other thing, just about signs. I was coming to this meeting and almost seen bad wreck at Maple and Halls Lane.
Elsie Martin's house, so
Elsie
three-way
Martin.
stop.
Nobody stops at these.
Oh, it's terrible there. I come through there and, you know, you've got that hole there where you just got
Oh, yeah,
to
you-
drop off. And
Yeah.
I don't know if we can.
State road.
Can we,
Bad though.
this might sound stupid and it may not help, but can we, does that need to be a three-way stop?
Should one street go straight through, you mean?
I know, but nobody
Oh,
stops
you think it
it.
should?
Nobody
So
stops.
here,
I mean, a car come through there, a car was pulling out, and the other car almost went in the ditch and missed that was running the stop sign.
of course, that's, both of those are state, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're state, I'm
Halls
just,
and Maple.
Part of the problem too is like if you're turning on Maple.
or do we wanna look at the
wide.
Yeah.
flashing, I mean.
Yeah, we're not
It's
mad
right,
at
it's-
stuff.
And they comes it through a stops about 10 foot behind us.
Yeah, like that's where that needs to be, like there needs to be a white line there where they stop, because people who don't live there don't know to stop back, so they can get around, yeah. Yeah, and I always know when people know the area, cause they'll stay back where they're supposed
Flashing
to.
blue with
Just
the-
like they go
I
to
will say
the.
this, I think, I guess the totality of everything on, and I won't jinx myself, but on Railroad Street, on Rumble Street, saying the maybe blinking sign, I think it's helped a little bit, so maybe.
We were having
having
a-
a state to the Rumble Street.
Yeah, we
No,
need,
we
we need a
don't.
flashing yellow.
Well, yeah.
But can we put the difference without
Huh?
the state doing it?
We had to meet there.
State do it.
Well, you have to get approval.
Oh, it's one side down.
You saying, I think it's when we had a break again.
Oh.
Pretty much solved the problem until we went
Put some
down.
pressure on them.
One thing-
Who does that? I mean, like, these weeds.
I'd have to talk to them.
One
Okay.
thing that they're saying, and I think's helped, Railroad, Washington Street, we seemed like we had a wreck our month before we put.
When
this
I lived
flashing.
there, I saw all kinds.
No, and
When we bought the flashing stop signs, they were 2,800. I looked today, they're down to 800 for the same
Yeah, I think
sign.
it's
So
And they don't even work anymore, do they?
I hope they
Oh,
do.
yeah, they work.
Yeah.
They work.
Now, I do know in the fall we have to move them, but they don't get enough
So, oh,
sun.
that's might be what.
I mean, I think they work, I think they help, but I also think, the Rumble Street's a big deal. I think, I don't know why, but I think,
I don't
That'd
think
be
the
great.
state, we,
Wednesday.
We did that and got-
5:30.
our hands slapped, but,
Janelle seems to
But,
have started it, so we'll let her
the,
pick.
in the future, that's a, because they really, they just.
The
don't
flashing
stop.
yellow?
They're flashing stop
Oh, they're
signs.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
The outside
Yeah,
edge of the
that
sign
Yeah.
flashes.
Yeah.
Cause nobody does stop down
There's
there.
solar power.
Nobody what?
In Maple, that three-way.
Oh, yeah.
It's,
I
yeah.
know, my
Well, I
mom
don't
used to
know
be,
when
live right there.
We just-
We know.
Race to get there too.
Yeah, my mom used to live right there. It's gone.
But you couldn't hardly see it.
Yeah. Thankful to, because the electricity they are. We got I think we'll all just do everything on Wednesday. Okay? So we'll do everything on Wednesday for that.
Whatever we have to finish that.
Okay, whatever we don't finish.
You're talking about special meeting?
Yeah, this Wednesday is 5?
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. All right, do I have a motion to adjourn? Second?
Got a motion for the.
Special
Oh.
meeting?
Special meeting.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
The budget, on the budget.
Oh,
Oh,
the
the
I
budget.
gotta get up at 4 o'clock.
We decided we wasn't doing, what are you getting?
Oh, we, flying to Chicago in 2 So we have a motion.
No.
Just review, we're gonna
We
do
just reviewed the
the,
budget.
we reviewed it. Uh-huh.
No changes.
No
No
changes.
changes.
All right. Okay, motion for a special meeting on Wednesday at 5 o'clock.
Is that what you need, or do you need the other?
No, is Wednesday good for you?
Which one?
To approve.
Review of the October budget.
I thought we did that. No?
Nobody-
Okay.
We made no changes. It was reviewed.
I'm a rookie.
I first.
We have a motion to accept the review of October. You did it?
She did it.
And I second it. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. And then a motion to have a special meeting on Wednesday at 5 o'clock. This Wednesday, when's that gonna be? 15th of November. Have a motion? All right, second? All in favor? All right, motion carried. All right, motion to adjourn. And a second? All in favor? Motion carried. All right, motion carried, all right.